Hi, this is Josh Olson. You're watching Trailers from Hell. Some great films reveal themselves to you immediately and say, here's a great film. But some, at least for me, can take several viewings before they do that. And the film we're going to talk about now is one of those films. I've always enjoyed it, but the more I watch it, the more I realize that Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid might just be Sam Peckinpah's crowning achievement. The first few times I saw this film, I found it cryptic, slow-moving, and frustrating. But as time goes on, now it just clicks with me. Now it almost feels like part of me. It is such a beautiful, gorgeous, powerful film. It had a difficult history. MGM took the film away from Peckinpah while he was editing it and then chopped it up, put out their own cut. There's a wonderful story about Sam going to a screening of this movie on the studio lot after they had cut it up, showing up drunk, pulling out his dick, and pissing on the screen. I love a lot of things about that. You can't really do that in Hollywood anymore. But what's amazing is that after doing that, Peckinpah got to direct 5 more movies. These days you go into a meeting and you worry if you're wearing the wrong socks, your career might end. Peckinpah did get to do a completed version, but almost no one has seen it. There was apparently one screening that Pauline Kael and Martin Scorsese were at. They both came out proclaiming it a flat-out masterpiece. Hollywood being Hollywood, that version, of course, has never actually been released. It has been screened in many versions over the years. I think there's a lot of arguments to be made for different ones, but personally for me, I think the best of the bunch is the longest one, the so-called Turner Preview version. It's 122 minutes long. I don't like the 2005 cut. It was edited with an eye towards cutting the film by kind of more modern criteria, which I think slaughtered Sam's intended pacing of the film. The scenes were shot to be cut a certain way, and when you try to cut them to make them snappier by kind of, 2005 standards, it falls apart. But even if you watch the best existing cut of the film, you can start to feel the movie that Peckinpah intended kind of coming in through the cracks. And the more you get to know it, the more you can kind of see that happening. Every time I watch it, it gets better. It's got the classic Peckinpah themes, the appeal of the outlaw life and the importance of loyalty and friendship. And it's just, a master firing at all cylinders. Bob Dylan has a small part in it, as well as doing the score. That was Chris Christopherson's idea. He brought Dylan to Sam. Sam had no idea who Dylan was. The story is that Dylan sat outside Sam Peckinpah's hotel room door with a guitar and just played songs for him until finally Sam opened the door, because you can't ignore that kind of genius. And not only invited him to score the film, but cast him in a small part in the movie. Dylan plays Alias, a kind of cryptic character who basically whenever Dylan was around, he'd show up and Sam would throw him on camera. The more recent version of the film uses the song Knockin' on Heaven's Door, which Dylan did write for this film, over the death of a secondary character. In Peckinpah's version, it's just the music, and I think it works much better. James Coburn is in the film. He's particularly great in this. And Chris Christopherson, in one of his earliest roles, not the most polished of actors, but damn, he was the most polished of stars. He's got an incredible presence in this film. The movie also has an amazing array of great characters running through it. And the characters are so fleshed out and so well written and so well performed by these people you know that they really feel lived in. When somebody walks in and has 2 lines, you can sense their history. Slim Pickens, Katie Gerardo, Richard Jekyll, Chill Wills, Barry Sullivan, Jason Robards, R.G. Armstrong, and Lucas Skew all show up in memorable parts in the film. It truly is a masterpiece.
Legends in their own time, but time was running out.